statements from Zelensky that he is not prepared to discuss territory issues. At the moment, we don't see their readiness. I would like to remind where it all began.
Rejecting allegations against Russia, Putin claimed Moscow did not start the war. Putin blames roots of Ukraine conflict lie in 2014 anti-constitutional coup.
We did not start this war. This war began as a result of the anti-constitutional military coup in 2014 and then commencement of the military action against its own citizens in the southeast of Ukraine.
Amrit Mandal lynched in Bangladesh after Deepu Chandra. There have been 2,900 attacks on Hindus and minorities in Bangladesh under Yunus. Do we need an urgent intervention to save Hindus in Bangladesh? Arnab debates at 8 p.m.
Introducing the Phantom Black Edition by Grand Vitara.
This week on Get Me Right, we capture for you the glide path of Bangladesh down the Islamic radicalism rabbit hole. The lynching of Deepu Chandra Das is as much about Hindu targeting as about the Pakistanization of Bangladesh. Is Bangladesh a lost cause? This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, only on Republic TV.
Amrit Mandal lynched in Bangladesh after Deepu Chandra. There have been 2,900 attacks on Hindus and minorities in Bangladesh under Yunus. Do we need an urgent intervention to save Hindus in Bangladesh? Arnab debates at 8 p.m.
In another world, an element is born. Introducing the Phantom Black Edition by Grand Vitara.
On Get Me Right, we capture for you the glide path of Bangladesh down the Islamic radicalism rabbit hole. The lynching of Deepu Chandra Das is as much about Hindu targeting as about the Pakistanization of Bangladesh. Is Bangladesh a lost cause? This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, only on Republic TV.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, 3,000 attacks on Hindus and minorities in Bangladesh under Yunus. At 9 o'clock tonight, after an explosive interview with Himanta Biswa Sarma, we call for serious action to militarize and save the chicken's neck. Ladies and gentlemen, Amrit Mandal was 29 years old on the night of December 25th, around 11 p.m. in Rajbari's Pangsha sub-district in Bangladesh. Roughly 3.5 hours from Dhaka, a mob caught him and beat him to death. Local accounts claimed that he led a gang involved in extortion. They say that on the fateful night, he went to a villager's house to demand money, but there's no proof of that. The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, he was killed because he was a Hindu. Dipu Chandra Das, a Hindu factory worker in Mymensingh, was lynched by a mob on December 18, 2025 over blasphemy allegations. Why was he killed? Why was he tied to a tree? Why was he burnt alive? Because, ladies and gentlemen, he was a Hindu. The pattern has become impossible to ignore. Don't look away if you're watching me tonight. 2 Hindu men killed by mobs within 2 days. Where is the secular liberal lobby? The All India Majlis-e-Ittihad ul-Muslimin chief Asaduddin Owaisi had filed a plea in the Supreme Court for a stay onto CAA. Can Owaisi of the MIM, after the massacre of Hindus, hundreds of Hindus, agree that CAA is the only way necessary to save Hindus in Bangladesh? Where are the people who said all eyes on Rafah? Why don't they say all eyes on Dhaka? When they weep for the genocide in Gaza, why is Alia Bhatt, Priyanka Chopra, Kareena Kapoor, Varun Dhawan, Rashmika Mandana, Sonakshi Sinha, Ramanta, Samantha, Ruth Prabhu, whoever she is, Tripti, Dimri, Dia, Mirza and Richa Chadda, all of these people shared all their eyes on the Rafah post. Why don't they say all eyes on Bangladeshi Hindus? Ladies and gentlemen, why don't they say all eyes on Bangladeshi Hindus? Owaisi, didn't he hail Palestine in his swearing-in ceremony? Why is he quiet now? Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh never shy away from fighting for the rights of Muslims. Rahul Gandhi's party has started defining itself as a Muslim party. Does their definition of life and the right and freedom have no place for Hindus in India and beyond? Mamata Banerjee says, I love Bangladesh because our language is the same. When it comes to Rohingyans, she says, if helpless people come knocking on the doors of Bengal, I will open the doors to them. She has no right to do that. She cannot compromise the sovereignty of our country. Somebody must take her on. Why the same Mamata Banerjee not welcoming and calling for the persecuted Bangladeshi Hindus, more than 1 crore of them, to storm and enter the country through Bengal, where we can give them a wonderful welcome? Because these Bangladeshi Hindus will not be part of a Muslim vote bank politics. Their morality is false, ladies and gentlemen. It crumbles the moment a Hindu is killed. All these seculars, pseudos, frauds, the entire echo chamber built around their false sense of righteousness and morality crumbles the moment a Hindu is killed. What is happening today? In Bangladesh, Hindus are beaten, dragged out of their homes, beaten by mobs, burnt alive on highways, killed over rumors, over faith, and over identity. And while this is happening, the secular, pseudo-secular, fake secular lobby in India is, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely quiet while our country is facing a different assault. There is a tsunami of illegal Bangladeshi infiltrators entering and sustaining their lives on Indian soil. It is not a small number. Assam itself admits 2 million infiltrators in India. The number, some say conservatively, it's 2 crore. I believe it is at least 4 crore infiltrators in this country. So you would say, what is the solution? The only solution, and now I'm coming to the moot point, is to boycott the infiltrators completely and start a new public national movement to do this. Boycott them because Hindus in Bangladesh are being lynched, beaten and set on fire. Boycott the Bangladeshi infiltrators in India because in Bangladesh, mobs, Islamist mobs burn temples and schools. Their human rights activists look the other way. Boycott them because their illegal entry into India steals our jobs, floods our cities, and drains resources meant for our citizens. And there is not a slightest exaggeration on this. This is the reality. I want, in fact, the government to do much more on this. I was told that 6,000 infiltrators have been caught. I was told in one city, in Uttar Pradesh, there are 17 detention centers. I find it impossible to believe. There must be at least 6 lakh plus infiltrators caught, and we must make an example of them. And no, this is not a form of McCarthyism. This is straightforward nationalism. These people have used forged documents and fake IDs to cheat the system, to cheat law-abiding Indians, take away our jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, there are some Indian Mir Jafars and Jay Chands who are supporting illegal migrants. The more illegal migrants, the less our claim to protect the real victims. The real victims in Bangladesh are the persecuted Hindus. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I would go so far as to say, make this a movement, potentially a movement. Boycott companies, boycott employers who hire illegals. Boycott politicians who shield illegals and infiltrators. Identify the illegals, identify the infiltrators, and create a social mass movement where illegals feel so insecure to even breathe on our soil that they run back. There is no other alternative. The only real punishment for Bangladesh will be a financial punishment. Now imagine 3 crore Bangladeshis. If they were to be sending back 20,000 rupees a month, that would be 60,000 crore rupees a month by conservative estimates. You would say, no, Arnab, the number is much less. Maybe it is half that number. Even that, half that number is 30,000 crore rupees a month. Annualize that number, ladies and gentlemen. That's 3,60,000 crore rupees being sent at the very minimum from India to Bangladesh. Stop that flow of money. Shut the tap. Drain their resources. And then they will be on their knees. And then, on terms that suit us, we will negotiate. Let's debate.
On December 18th, 2025, 25-year-old garment worker Dipu Chandra Das was lynched and burnt alive by the mob. Just days later, 29-year-old Amrit Mondal was lynched in Rajbari district. These are the visuals from Kolkata. Guwahati in Assam saw similar protests today.
The unremitting hostility against minorities in Bangladesh, including Hindus, Christians, and Buddhists, at the hands of extremists, is a matter of grave concern. We condemn the recent gruesome killing of a Hindu youth in Mymensingh and expect that the perpetrators of the crime would be brought to justice. These incidents cannot be brushed aside as mere media exaggerations or dismissed as political violence.
The call for Hindus to unite is growing louder.
कठोर प्रतिक्रिया होनी चाहिए और सब हिंदुओं को मिलकर इसका सामना करना चाहिए। और इतनी नीच कौम है कि उसके लिए कुछ कहा ही नहीं जा सकता। अब प्रतिकार के अतिरिक्त कोई विकल्प हमारे यहाँ नहीं है।
हम भारत में केवल एक संदेशा देना चाहते हैं कि यदि बांग्लादेश जैसी स्थिति आप अपने भारत में नहीं देखना चाहते, यही समय है, सही समय है, अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं। यदि हिंदू एक आज नहीं हुआ, हिंदू एकजुट नहीं हुआ तो वो दिन दूर नहीं जब भारत के और छत्तीसगढ़ के चौराहों पर ऐसा जो बांग्लादेश में हुआ वो देखा ना जाए।
The demographic change is undeniable.
I think it raised a high alarm because in India, no other state demography is being changed because of infiltration. Supreme Court of India, while deciding a case for Assam, it has clearly stated that Assam is facing demographic invasion.
An urgent intervention to save Hindus in Bangladesh is the need of the hour.
So we all have known faces on the screen tonight, and Madhuvanti, Sanju Verma, Shantanu Gupta, Abid Mir Magami, Maulana Obaidur Rahman Kazmi. He is the state president of the Rashtriya Ulama Council in Assam. Syed Asad Abbas and Zubair Memon. Now we started this movement and we're getting a fantastic response on it. The movement is to boycott the Bangladeshi infiltrators, which means to deny them jobs, to ensure that there is no employment for them, to ensure that employers of Bangladeshis also face strong legal and social action, right? And on all these fronts, take a very practical stance on this, right? Consider the best way to put pressure on the Bangladeshi hardline system. And I thought the most appropriate way of doing this was an economic boycott program. I think the government can also follow it. The government can also support it. State government, center can all follow it. But already, Shantanu, I'm getting a great response to this. People are saying that eventually, you see, if you remove them from the construction sites, if you remove them from residential colonies, if you remove them from their source of employment, they will go back.
In Noida, we have many of them.
In Noida,
we have many of them.
What do you mean many? What is happening?
You'll see a lot of this, they call themselves Bangladeshi mates. So this is very common, Bangladeshi helps around. And in some of the society in Sector 78, there was some ruckus also created a couple of years back. So this is right, I think. I think first thing is economic lockdown. And I'm so happy that government of the day has declared it out, that how a particular individual is killed. And this is no more a law and order issue. It's a faith-based persecution, let's call it. It's a faith-based persecution, let's call it. That's the way it is. And I invite a lot of Muslim scholars on the debate, call it out. I think that's the problem we have been facing from many years, that our human rights are also religion-based. Gaza mein bolenge, yahan nahi bolenge. Very loud and clear. You named many film stars. Everyone should come out, and who's not coming forward should be shamed out, should be called out. And thanks, Arnab, to bring this debate.
I think I'm only saying here that we need to force everyone in this country to take a position on issues. Like,
exactly.
Like we believe in activist campaign-based journalism. And you saw that, when we picked up the theme of Aravallis today, we become a considerable pressure point on the entire system. And that's so good. It's been appreciated by everyone. Similarly, as the leading network in the country, we believe that the government can't do everything. Individuals cannot say that we will employ Bangladeshis and then complain about what the government is doing. Businesses cannot say that we will employ Bangladeshis. Right? Zubair, I see that. Shant rahiye, time hai. Businesses cannot say we'll employ Bangladeshis with fake Aadhaar cards. There will have to be double verification and action taken against employers, even if they are big companies. You identify them, they will run away. You saw what happened, Zubair, in the India-West Bengal border. Hundreds of Bangladeshis are so scared that the political change will happen in Bengal ki abhi se bhag rahe hain. They are so scared that what if Mamta loses? So they've lined up. They've lined up and they want to run back. Right? So economic boycott is my idea. I will open up the lines. Zubair, your thought. I'm just going to take a number of reactions on this. Pictures on your screen. Open infiltration happening. Captured on the cameras of Republic Bangla. Zubair, interactive lines. Grid on, please. Let's keep it moving. Yeah. Zubair, let's punish the Bangladeshis.
दो इश्यूज से स्टार्ट हुई है डिबेट. एक तो जो बांग्लादेश के अंदर एक हिंदू की हत्या कर दी गई जो वहां
एक नहीं 10-15 कई सारे 3000 अटैक. Don't underplay it. Everyone keep changing on the left, not directing tonight. Yeah.
और उसी तरीके से जो भारत में माइनॉरिटीज पे हत्या होती है, 5 दिसंबर की ही बिहार नवाड़ा की न्यूज है. हम दोनों ही हत्याओं का पुरजोर विरोध करते हैं और हर इंसान को करना चाहिए. उससे बड़ा मुद्दा मैं समझता हूं यह है कि भारत सरकार को बांग्लादेशी माइनॉरिटीज के लिए फौरी तौर पे इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है, यूएन वगैरह, उसमें इनिशिएट करना चाहिए, बल्कि लीड करना चाहिए. बांग्लादेशी माइनॉरिटीज की जो फाइट है वो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को यूएन में लीड करना चाहिए और उसकी केस लड़नी चाहिए. रही बात इन्फिल्ट्रेटर्स की, जो बांग्लादेशी इन्फिल्ट्रेटर्स जो इंडिया में है, उनके ऊपर तो बिल्कुल स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन लेना चाहिए. ना सिर्फ उन इन्फिल्ट्रेटर्स पे और एम्प्लॉयर्स पे, उन पे तो लेना ही लेना चाहिए, बल्कि भारत सरकार के वो कौन से नाकारा मंत्री, वो कौन से नाकारा ऑफिसर्स, वो कौन से नाकारा ब्यूरोक्रेसी के अंदर के लेबर्स थे, ऑफिसर्स थे, जिनके वजह से इन्फिल्ट्रेटर्स इंडिया में आ पाए. किसने इनको डॉक्यूमेंट्स बना के दिया? कैसे वो भारत में जी रहे हैं? भारत की नेशनल सिक्योरिटी फोर्स क्या कर रही है? कौन उनको ग्रीन पास दे रहा है? कौन उनको ग्रीन सिग्नल दे रहा है? कौन हमारी इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर्स के साथ इस तरीके से खिलवाड़ कर रहा है कि इन्फिल्ट्रेटर्स अंदर आ जा रहे हैं?
Arnab ji, is this debate about infiltrators in Bharat or is this debate about the lynching of Hindus in Bangladesh?
Sanju,
why is he changing the subject?
No, the 1 minute, just one minute. I have a very आप इसको rhetorical debate मत कीजिए. Zubair, just give me a moment, please. I'm requesting you. I want to only focus on what we can do, and what is.
We can stop.
Can I request you to stop trying to do this whataboutery?
सबसे पहले इनकी एंट्री बंद करनी होगी. एंट्री हो कैसे रही है?
One entry. Zubair ji, don't do this fake concern. Just 1 minute.
Exactly.
ये ड्रामा मत कीजिए. अभी जो एंट्री हो गई है, इसको दो तरीके से देखा जाए.
एंट्री बंद नहीं करते.
दो तरीके से देखा जाए. पहले तो एंट्री बंद होगी. अब हिमंतो ने बंद कर दिया असम में. अब अगर ममता जाएगी तो बंगाल से भी बंद होगी. ममता जाएगी तब बंगाल से भी बंद होगी. Second point is, I am only talking, and maybe the appropriate visuals can be shown, the grid can be on, is about an economic boycott of Bangladesh. Is simple.
Yes.
ये कश्मीर से लेके झारखंड में जहां पे छिपे हुए इनको पकड़ के निकालो, बुलडोजर चलाओ इन पर.
जिस तरीके से बांग्लादेश में माइनॉरिटीज की हत्या हुई है, इकोनॉमिक उसका बॉयकॉट होना ही चाहिए.
ठीक है, थैंक यू, बस काफी है. We'll now have to move on it. Yeah, voting on it, grids on it, interactive on it, and Sanju Verma. Thank you.
Arnab, I think the best point you made is that, the most suitable manner in which the Bangladesh government can be brought down to its knees, and I'm talking of the radically Islamist Muhammad Yunus government without trying to engage in niceties, is to engage in economic restrictions. And I think the Modi government has done that. Please understand that Bangladesh's GDP is only $450 billion. We are a $4.3 trillion economy, 9.5 times bigger than them. Bangladesh's forex reserves are $54 billion. Ours, $695 billion. More than 20 times bigger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh's annual exports, $54 billion. Our annual exports, $855 billion. Almost 16 times bigger than Bangladesh. Now, what have we done economically? We have blocked some of the transshipment routes for Bangladesh, which has hampered the exports of Bangladesh to Nepal and Bhutan. We have raised transit cargo fees. We have enforced restrictions on imports of Bangladeshi garments and jute products. And don't forget, garments account for more than 17% of Bangladesh's GDP. So we have broken their back where it matters. But my point is this. एक मिनट मौलाना साहब, आपको मैंने सुना. I have been on debates, and that too on Arnab's debates, where I have condemned the lynching of a Pehlu Khan. I condemned the lynching of a Muhammad Akhlaq. I condemned the lynching of a Junaid Khan. But look at the audacity. The same Darbari ecosystem from the other side, which says all eyes on Rafah, all eyes on Gaza. Did you condemn the lynching of Prashant Pujari, Praveen Pujari, Dhruv Tyagi, Dilbar Negi, Rahul Rajput, Rinku Sharma? No, you did not. And let me tell you one more thing. There is a man called Chinmay Prabhu who has been in jail in Bangladesh since 25th November 2024. What was his crime? His crime was that he spoke up for the rights of Hindus, Christians and all minorities in Bangladesh. He was the founder of ISKCON in Bangladesh, and guess what? ISKCON has been branded as a terror outfit in Bangladesh. Chinmay Prabhu, a Hindu monk, is being tried for sedition in Bangladesh, and the entire Darbari ecosystem has consumed Fevicol in wholesale.
No,
Can you imagine ISKCON being branded a terror outfit in
just
Bangladesh?
to extrapolate on that, Sanju, just to extrapolate on that, the real issue here among certain members of the Muslim community in India is the very strong Hindu consolidation, Hindu mobilization, not just in India but internationally. Hindus are now 120 to 130 crore Hindus across the world, and consolidated, strong, powerful, independent and vocal. Now, these Hindus are saying that yes, we will speak up for the Hindus in Bangladesh because they are the victims. Am I right? So they are saying, people are saying, why are you speaking for the Hindus in Bangladesh? Are you a Bangladeshi? No, but I am a Hindu. I am a Hindu. I feel bad when Hindus are attacked. Now, my question to the other side is, Madhuvanti, everyone on. Why are they supporting the Islamist groups in Bangladesh? आपका बांग्लादेशी Islamist groups के साथ क्या लेना देना? What the hell do you have in common? 1 minute. What do you have in common with Bangladeshi Muslims? No. Do you have more in common with persecuted? No. 1 minute. You don't tell me how to debate. I am asking you, what do you have in common? Abid Mir Magami, let me come to you. What do you have in common with Bangladeshi Muslims? See, the Islamist groups in Bangladesh are dangerous. They are running the country over, right? Why? ये voice कहाँ गई आपकी? जो भारत तेरे टुकड़े होंगे वाले लोग हैं, अफजल हम शर्मिंदा है, तेरे कातिल जिंदा है, मर जा मोदी, जय फिलिस्तीन. पुलिस 15 मिनट के लिए हटाओ तो हम दिखा देंगे, हम 100 करोड़ हिंदुओं को ख़त्म कर देंगे. सरजील इमाम, इंडिया की चिकन स्नैक को काट दो. ये सारे बुज़दिल कहाँ हैं अभी? Where are they? And the बुज़दिल supporters, the coward supporters of these cowards. Cairo ke Kair supporter, the cowards, where are they today? You know, there's a genocide on. I just had a guest here, Maulana Rashidi. He said 10 to 15 Hindus dying is not a genocide.
Exactly.
You know, now you have nothing to say, Abid, nothing, absolutely nothing to say, because you speak in a templated way. Today you don't have a planned argument. 70% of Bangladesh is seeing targeted Hindu killings. Yes. Shukla Rani Haldar is forced to write, I resign on a blank piece of paper, removed from a government college in Bangladesh because she's a Hindu.
Arnab ji, I think we
No, Abid has no reply. He can only look at the camera.
No, he won't.
He has no argument today.
Let me speak.
Turn and turn back.
What do you have in common with these Bangladeshi Islamist groups?
Let me speak. किसी भी बेगुनाह का कत्ल पूरी इंसानियत का कत्ल होता है. और रही बांग्लादेश की बात, हमें बांग्लादेश के साथ कुछ लेना देना है ही नहीं.
हमको बांग्लादेश के साथ कोई लेना देना नहीं है. Oh my God, हमको गाजा के साथ लेना देना है. हमको फिलिस्तीन, सीरिया, जॉर्डन, दुनिया भर के हर मुस्लिम देश के साथ लेना देना है. हमको बांग्लादेश के साथ आज बात नहीं करनी. Let the Hindus die. Let the Hindus die, he says.
Very convenient.
Madhuvanti.
Very convenient. Extremely convenient statement. आप हिंदुस्तान के बारे में बात करेंगे.
Abid louder. Let Abid complete his point.
भारत के minorities के बारे में बात करेंगे, पर बांग्लादेश में हिंदूज का कत्ल के लिए आप कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, क्योंकि बांग्लादेश के साथ आपको कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. You don't care about Hindu lives in Bangladesh.
या तो आपको समझ ही नहीं आई मेरी बात. या आपको समझ ही नहीं आई मेरी बात. पहली लाइन मैंने बोला किसी बेगुनाह का कत्ल पूरी इंसानियत का कत्ल है. पूरी इंसानियत का कत्ल है.
You do not want to call them
हम
out
कातिलों
because
के
you are
साथ खड़े नहीं होंगे
afraid. You are
हम
afraid to call
कातिलों
them
के
out in
साथ में
Bangladesh.
खड़े नहीं
Why
होते
don't you open your mouth
Then I ask you today, join hands with the Republic Media Network. Madhuvanti, if ये अगर आपकी stand है, then I request you, don't make a general comment on my program. I don't like general comments. Please say that all the Bangladeshi infiltrators must be detected,
and thrown out of India.
Detected, deleted, deported, out.
मगर हो के आए कैसे वो देश में आए कैसे
because all ये Congress governments have brought them in, left has got them in, left Congress Mamata have brought them in.
12 साल से अगर मोदी सरकार है अभी भी अगर ये चीज हो रही है तो क्यों हो रही है
50% of the Bangladeshis who are entering are through Bengal.
क्यों नहीं तो निकाले क्यों नहीं सरकार ने अभी तक मोदी सरकार तो 12
अच्छा ये सवाल अलग बात है no, 1 minute because बंगाल में बॉर्डर पोरस हो चुका है ममता wants a Muslim vote bank
किसके अंडर आ रहे होम मिनिस्ट्री के अंडर सारे बॉर्डर आ रहे तो क्यों इन्फिल्ट्रेशन हो रहा है
ममता दीदी से बोल दीजिए
क्यों हो रहा है
ममता दीदी से पूछिए आप बंगाल में क्या हो रहा है उसके बारे में पूछिए
ये तो अमित शाह जी से पूछना है कि इन्फिल्ट्रेशन कैसे हो रहा है
उसके बारे में पूछिए
ये तो अमित शाह जी से पूछना है ये तो होम मिनिस्ट्री
पूछिए
ये तो होम मिनिस्ट्री से पूछना है ये तो होम मिनिस्ट्री से पूछना है ना इन्फिल्ट्रेशन कैसे हो रहा है
होम मिनिस्ट्री से पूछने की आपकी हैसियत नहीं है पर मैं आपको जवाब देती हूँ द यूनियन होम मिनिस्ट्री सेंट एन एडवाइजरी टू ऑल स्टेट्स saying identify illegal migrants and घुसपैठियास ममता बनर्जी ने कहा यहाँ तो बंगाल में सब अच्छा है then Amit Shah ministry again sent an advisory in 2022 a third advisory was sent by the Amit Shah ministry in 2024 asking West Bengal and other border states to identify illegal migrants so the union government can take suitable action but Mamata Banerjee said रोहिंग्या और बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठिया तो बंगाल में है ही नहीं आप कहते हो कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म के तहत क्या राज्य सरकारों की कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं सिर्फ केंद्र सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है राज्य सरकारों ने घुसपैठिया आइडेंटिफाई क्यों नहीं किए पहले इसका जवाब दो अमित शाह से जवाबदेही मांगने की आपकी हैसियत नहीं है डू यू हैव द गट्स टू कंडेम योर रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट ब्रदर्स हु से गुस्ताखे रसूल की एक ही सजा सरपंच से जुदा
देश की जनता ने उनको होम मिनिस्ट्री दिलवाई है आप देश की जनता को बोल रहे हैं हैसियत नहीं है
एक ही सजा सरपंच से जुदा सरपंच
No, but in that case, all this is Sanju, just a minute. All this will be seen to be a television moment, unless, and I'm now coming to very practical solutions on this. Parliament was on. This is the most important issue in the country, I believe. I've always said that India must be a hard state. And sometimes I want our government also to take the position of a hard state. What could have happened and has not happened today is that the government could have framed rules, Shantanu, to make the employment to Bangladeshis a non-bailable offense. That is a practical step. We can keep arguing otherwise.
Exactly.
Ye kyun nahi hua? Shantanu, if we have to... If lakhs are getting employed across Uttar Pradesh, across everywhere, make the rules.
That's a very good advice, and in whatever capacity, I think we all have some access to the government of the day. And this is the government which is listening to good advices. I think this should be communicated, and I'm sure they must be also thinking that anyone. See, the problem is these people who have came 10, 15 years back, they have very legitimate documents. They've acquired these very legitimate documents, right? So now with the process of SIR, at some point NRC, I think they will filter it out. But you're right, till the time we have any proof that they are Bangladeshis, I think the employment should be made offense. That's a very valid advice.
Yeah, because otherwise we are absorbing the entire population spillover from Bangladesh. Special intensive revision is only one step. One step, but now you need to target the people, follow their biometrics, track them through face recognition, involve artificial intelligence, and create a system of boycott. Ladies and gentlemen, you think it's possible, then you call me. Is it possible to boycott the Bangladeshis? Do you know of anyone who's employing a Bangladeshi? Maybe in your resident welfare association, maybe in your housing colony, maybe in a construction site, maybe in someone's home. You see, people think that these problems are for governments to handle. We will employ Bangladeshis because it's our immediate convenience. Instead of paying somebody 500 rupees, we'll get them for 200 rupees and we'll make a quick buck. But that's bad. That's where you're compromising the country. I'm putting a practical step out here because the situation, I also want to punish Bangladesh. So Syed Asad Abbas, I want you to come in on this. You know, it's a practical step. I'm going to open the phone lines. Viewers, we need to trigger something here. Syed Asad Abbas.
Yes. Firstly, Arnab, as a viewer of Republic TV and following you for years now, I must congratulate Republic TV and their team for the fantastic impact they've had on the Aravalli issue. I can tell you, I come from the south of India in Karnataka, and this issue you've raised, and thank you for that. Now, coming to this topic, I think, Arnab, this is also very important. My best friends are my Hindu brothers, and I think, to me as an Indian, it's legitimate that I take a stand today. It's very unfortunate which is happening here, happening in Bangladesh. This kind of lynching is absolutely barbaric. It is absolutely shameful. And any of these so-called Muslims sitting in Bangladesh and watching Republic today, shame on you. You are not a Muslim. You are a barbarian. And the only place for you to go will be hell. Most importantly, but there is accountability here. There is an accountability which comes in from the person who's...
Come on, can I come to the issue? Syed Abbas, I want them caught and boycotted. My only point is, of course, people will say, why are you talking about this? Because Hindus are attacked? Yes, because Hindus are attacked, lynched and silenced in Bangladesh. As Sanju said, it's a much smaller economy. We would be sending them $10 billion worth of earning from here. We know these people. We have our ability.
We can buy 10 Bangladeshis.
No, my
and still have some change left over.
No, this is not about buying. You need to know. You spoke about there just a few dollars.
I'm just giving a hypothetical example.
So therefore, I appeal.
Don't get so touchy.
Sanju, hear me out, Sanju.
Do you condemn radical Islam? Do you condemn radical Islamist terror?
Of course I do.
Let's not do this water.
You must be deaf.
Do you condemn radical Islamist terror? That's my limited point.
Can I get 30 seconds?
Do you think ISKCON is a terror outfit? Do you think ISKCON is a terror outfit?
I absolutely do not think so. That ISKCON is a terror outfit. And Sanju Verma, you need to hear me. Sanju Verma, I'm a person who quotes from the Bhagavad Gita. I'm a person who quotes Lord Krishna. So don't give me your support here. The real question, Arnab, the real question needs to be asked is to the Hindu Hriday Samrat. Adanya Pradhan Mantri Modi ji, I ask you today as a Hindu Hriday Samrat, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing today for the Hindu brothers being killed in Bangladesh? I think a leader, a Vishwaguru leader like a Modi ji has a great responsibility here. I appeal to the Hindu Hriday Samrat today to please do the best for our Hindu brothers, and from this day onwards, there should not be a single lynching of a Hindu brother.
No, it's not about that. Both of you are avoiding the issue. I have come up with a very substantial, solution. I believe in a hard state. I believe in a hard state. I do not believe in the line of absolute moderation. I do not believe in the line of balancing things out. No, I do not believe. I do not believe in walking in the grey area. I'm a straightforward guy, black and white. Go after those who are targeting the Hindus. Catch the Muslim infiltrators. Stop talking about who allowed them in. Stop talking about how you'll stop illegal entry. To a point, the point is correct. The point is correct. Why have you gone? If the infiltration is happening, and now is a point, viewers, it's happening through Bengal border districts. Like I can tell you, I run a network there. Malda, North, South, Chobis Pargana, Murshidabad, Dinhata, Chapai, Nawabganj. These are the areas where you can pay 10-15,000 rupees, get a fake Aadhaar card and come in. Now, I am asking here, why is Mamta being allowed to do that? Go hard. And if Mamta is breaking the law, file a case against Mamta. Arrest Mamta if required if she's doing something illegal and against the sovereignty of the country. You cannot make this only an issue before an election. Infiltration is happening on railway routes, and that's one. Second point is, Sanju, both state and central governments can legislate this overnight.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, they will run away because they don't have the funds to stay. catch them, reduce their livelihood, tell them they're all over Haryana. I want to check out the construction sites, how many Bangladeshi Muslims are working there. But then corporates will come and complain to you, then you will, I hope you don't compromise after that. How many Bangladeshi, even in these mines, I'm sure in Rajasthan where illegal mining is going on in the Aravallis, please check how many Bangladeshi workers are working there, how many homes they have infiltrators, how many RWS they are working in, how many of them are working as security guards. Can you identify them? But the problem is, Sanju and everyone, we must be a hard state. Amko, we have to move very fast.
Let me come in.
We must be hard state, Adab. I agree with you. We need to deal with
do you agree
but the
or
fact
not
is, Sanjuji,
that
hear me
today
out.
Ranveer
Sanjuji, hear me out.
the
But
NES
the world is looking
1 minute.
has
The world, just 30
categorically called out
seconds,
the bluff of the Mohammed
Sanjuji,
Yunus
can you give me
government.
30 seconds,
We
ma'am?
have said 2,900 incidents of violence against minorities in Bangladesh, including Hindus, Jains, Buddhists and Christians. The Modi government has actually listed out numbers of atrocities committed. We have clearly said we are not just monitoring the situation. We are saying this is something which is very, very grave and suitable action will be taken. But foreign policy is not like...
What about, no.
You cannot bomb Bangladesh.
The problem is, I'm not asking you to bomb Bangladesh. But I'm not asking you to bomb Bangladesh. Please don't do this exaggeration out there. 1 minute.
Foreign policy is about
Did I, Shantanu, did I ask for the bombing of Bangladesh? No. Sanju is typically hyping things up. I am saying here that...
Oh my God. Come on, Arnab.
You can't, you have to call for an economic boycott. You have to stop.
When you see a Hindu being lynched, tempers may run high.
Foreign policy is about
when you see a Hindu being lynched, the way it was,
government is giving out a
tempers can run
calibrated response.
And just how calibrated, Sanju, if I may question you back, just how calibrated would you like to tell me the Yunus government is being with us?
Can I now you've asked a question, please allow me.
No, don't get triggered. I'm asking a question.
Arey bhai sahab, I'm not getting triggered. Or not, the problem with you is you ask a question and then you want to give the answer. Bhai, you are a seasoned, reputed journalist. Suniye na. Sunne ki bhi himmat rakho. I think the three things that the Modi government is doing, 2 are already being done, 1 has yet to be done. A, the CAA, I think that was a brilliant step. B, the special intensive revision, which will weed out illegal voters, including Bangladeshi Ghuspechas.
No, boycott them, no.
The third step is the NRC.
Give me 30 seconds with
NRC.
I'd like to bring in, I'd like to 1 minute. No, 1 minute. Before you come in, I on that point, 1 minute. One of our panelists has not come in yet. I'd like Maulana Obaidur Rahman Kazmi, who is from my state of Assam. Assam has been taken over by Bangladeshi Muslims. Bangladeshi Muslims. Right? Maulana Kazmi, you are an Assamese Muslim. Ohomia apuni. Apuni Ohomia. They I'm not talking about apuni Ohomia. Kintu 40% je ahi goise Bangladeshi Muslim. You are Ohomia nohoy. Ohomia nokoy. নিজকে অসমীয়া নাভাবে আপুনি 1 মিনিট মোৰ কথা শুনক না আপুনি ৰং সাইড ব্যাটিং কৰি আছে মোৰ কথা শুনক মৌলানা সাহেব মোৰ কথাটো শুনক এভৰিওয়ান মোৰ কথাটো শুনক আপুনি মনত ৰাখিব আপুনি মোক এটা কথা কওক কি বৰপেটাৰ শুনক মই আমার ঘর বৰপেটার সৰ্থেবাৰীত আজি তাতে 75% মুসলিম পপুলেশন কেনেকে হল ভাই মোক কওকচোন মই ঘৰত যাম নামঘৰত বহিবলৈ বহিব পাম যাব পাৰিম না আই এম আস্কিং হিম টুডে আই এম অনলি আস্কিং হিম আই এম টেলিং হিম ওয়ান থিং আই এম টেলিং হিম আওয়ার ভিলেজ অফ পল্লা সত্ৰ Polla Khotro in Khortebari in Borpeta district, how did it become 71% Muslim? If I go to my village, will I be able to go into a namghar and chant Krishna bhajans there as I used to?
देखिए आसाम में 33 जिले हैं अब एक जिले
ना मैं অসমীয়াত কৈছো আপুনি অসমীয়াত কওক না
दूसरी बात
আপুনি অসমীয়াত রিপ্লাই I am asking you in Assamese, why are you replying in Hindi?
মুখ্যমন্ত্রী শুনক
আপুনি অসমীয়া কওক না
অসমৰ মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী কৈ আছে অসমত 40% বাংলাদেশী আছে মই কৈ আছো তো মোক কথা আপুনি শুনক শুনিবলৈ চেষ্টা কৰক মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী ডাঙৰীয়া কৈ আছে 40% বাংলাদেশী অসমত আছে এই 40% বাংলাদেশী অসমত আছে ইয়াৰ কাৰণ দায়ী কোন 2016 চনত যেতিয়া নেকি বিধানসভাৰ ডাঙৰ ডাঙৰ
ঠিকে কৈছে আছে যদি আছে চাকৰি নিদিব I am asking him now he gets triggered. He says, how is Himanta Biswa Sarma saying that there are 40% Bangladeshi Muslims? I am saying, okay, if not 40%, 20%, is that acceptable to you? He's saying Himanta Biswa Sarma is lying.
हमारे सीएम अगर कह रहे हैं असम में 40% बांग्लादेशी है तो असम में अगर 40% बांग्लादेशी मुस्लिम है निकलते क्यों नहीं?
अरे नौकरी मत दीजिए ना, नौकरी मत दीजिए
बांग्लादेशी नहीं है असम,
नौकरी मत दीजिए, डिमांड करिए, नौकरी मत
बांग्लादेशी है
दीजिए
नहीं
तो कहाँ से आए?
सब यहाँ का असम में भारतीय नागरिक है।
अच्छा असमी है,
भारतीय नागरिक
क्या भारतीय नागरिक कर रहे हैं आप? अपने आप को भारतीय नागरिक नहीं समझते हैं?
क्यों नहीं समझते?
पकड़ के बाहर कीजिए इनको।
भारतीय नागरिक समझते हैं?
समझे तो समझने से कुछ नहीं होगा ना, कहने और कथनी में बहुत फर्क होता है मान्यवर।
क्यों नहीं समझेंगे?
आपके समझे से होगा
नहीं, जो लोग
अपने आप को समझते हैं,
सब कुछ असम में लिखते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, बोलते हैं, असमी को मान लिया।
Arnab ji, just a simple question to these people.
Catch them.
A simple question to these people, if they'll allow us to talk.
40% बांग्लादेशी है तो जब निर्वाचन से पहले 40% के बांग्लादेशी का वोट लेके असम को सीएम बना था क्या?
আপুনি শুনক এই 10,000 টকা দি পেলাই যিমান আহিছে না ধৰি পেলাই ইহঁতক বাহিৰত কৰক, সিম্পল। Subtitles what? He is refusing to speak to me in Assamese. No, 1 minute, I am speaking to him in Assamese. I don't know whether he wants to appeal to an entire audience in Assam which is afraid and ashamed to speak in Assamese. Speak in Assamese. অসমীয়াত কথা কওক, অসমীয়াত কওক মৌলানা, অসমীয়াত কওক,
বাংলাদেশী কিয়?
অসমীয়াত কওক।
40 বাংলাদেশী তো বাংলাদেশ পঠাব পারে না আজিলৈকে মুখ্যমন্ত্রী।
Are what are you talking about now, Mukhyamantri? I am saying viewers, see, Maulana Sahab, situation is very tense across India. पूरे भारत में situation tense है। I will request the Himanta Biswa Sarma government to start a boycott campaign. To start a campaign to boycott Bangladeshis. He has already spoken about it.
सब लोग बांग्लादेश को बॉयकॉट करते हैं, हम भी बॉयकॉट करते हैं। আমি তো বাংলাদেশের বিরোধী না, বাংলাদেশী মানুহ অসমত কিয় আহিব? আমি তো বাংলাদেশীৰ বিৰোধী, বাংলাদেশী অসমত থাকিব নালাগে, বাংলাদেশী বৰ্ডাৰ সিল কৰিব লাগে।
He is saying seal the Bangladeshi homes. I agree with you. ঠিক আছে, সিল করি, we'll seal them.
সবই আর বিরোধ করিছো না?
নাই করা নাই। Anyway, কথাটো নহয়। Anyway, I would like to see. Okay, now I can't have the entire conversation in Assamese.
আমি কৰিছো।
Now the
এনেকুৱা মুভমেন্টিং বাংলাদেশত নহয়, বাংলাদেশতো আমি কৰিছো। ভাৰতত যে পেহলু খান হক, মোহাম্মদ আকলা খান আৰু
আপনি আকলাকৰ কথা কেৰক নহয়, ইয়াতে ভাবক না কি হৈ আছে, গোৱালপাৰাত কি হৈছে, কোকৰাঝাৰত কি হৈছে, বঙাইগাঁৱত কি হৈছে। You are always talking about Uttar Pradesh, talk about Assam.
আপনি জানে এত সরকার তকার পাছত
আপোনাৰ বিৰাট চিন্তা উত্তৰ প্ৰদেশ লৈ পেলাই everyone on
বজরং দলে গৈ পেলাই আপনার খ্রিস্টান ধর্মাবলী লোকসকলৰ বস্তুবিলাকে ভাঙি
Can you condemn Murshidabad riots? Can you condemn the Bhadrashwar riots in which Hindus were lynched? Can you condemn the Sita Kulchi riots? Can you condemn the Asansol riots? Can you condemn the post-Panchayat poll violence in 2023 in West Bengal? No. Murshidabad riots, can you condemn that? Hindus in Bengal are not being allowed to celebrate Hanuman Jayanti. They are not being allowed to celebrate Ram Navami. इस पर महाशय मौलाना जी कुछ बोलिए। मुर्शिदाबाद वायलेंस पर दो ज्ञान दीजिए। Don't keep talking about the victim card.
Open the calls.
मोहम्मद अकलार, जुनैद खान, इनके बारे में बहुत बातें हो गई। अंकित शर्मा, प्रशांत पुजारी, प्रवीण पुजारी, दिलबर नेगी, निकिता तोमार, नेहा हिरेमठ, प्रवीण नेट्टारू, रूपेश पांड्या, राहुल राजपूत, रिंकू शर्मा. These were all Hindus who were butchered for being Hindu. Can you condemn that? Can you condemn Boko Haram? Can you condemn Jaish-e-Mohammed? Can you condemn Lashkar-e-Taiba?
Zubair,
बोलने दीजिए। हर
Can you condemn Hizbullah? Can you condemn Jamaat-ul-Dawa? Can you condemn PFI? Can you condemn Simi? No, you won't do that. आप अपने जमात के रैडिकल लोगों को कंडेम नहीं करते और टीवी डिबेट पर बैठकर मॉडरेट मुस्लिम बनने का ढोंग करते हो, that is the crux of the issue. जब बोला जाए रेडिकल इस्लाम को कंडेम करो, आप बोलेंगे नहीं ये तो ह्यूमन राइट्स इशू है. जो दीपू दास के साथ हुआ बांग्लादेश में, that is not a human rights issue. That is brazen Hindu phobia. जो अमृत मंडल के साथ हुआ बांग्लादेश में, that's not a human rights issue. क्या बात हो? That is brazen Hindu phobia, and you need to call out Hindu phobia if you truly believe you are a moderate Muslim, which is what you pretend to be.
Anyway, today I'm also getting a lot of calls here today. See, I'm going back to the moot point. Boycott Bangladeshi infiltrators. Boycott them. Ladies and gentlemen, state governments should consider this. Centers should consider this. There's no point talking about it. Put up the pressure. Get into controversy. Let us make a controversial decision. Let the government of India say it. Shantanu, let the government of India say it. We are going to identify, detect, deport and delete Bangladeshi Muslims. I mean, if Trump can send back illegals from America, he's not asking for permission.
I think the first step, Arnab, will be identification.
Statement from MEA means nothing.
I think the first step is identification, and in that regard, something like I think the first step in this regard is identification, and in that light, SIR and NRC becomes very, very important. In that light, SIR and NRC becomes very, very important. First step is identification. Once that's done properly, sending them back, boycotting them till the time any government action happens, is the moot point. Yeah, thank you for bringing that.
Yeah, so that's the moot point. I have Abhishek from Kolkata. Abhishek, what do you think?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Abhishek.
Arnab, I think that as regards you said about filtering, as employers checking the credentials of people we employ, it is very difficult because these people have bona fide documents. They present, letters of character issued by local politicians from the panchayat or from the councillors or whatever. So it becomes.
But employers have a choice, no?
Yeah, and even if you look at, corporate service providers like Swiggy, Zomato, Urban, large part of their workforce seems to be coming from this part of the infiltrators.
Then let Swiggy, Zomato all give certificates that they do not employ any Bangladeshis. It's unsafe. If they are, it's very wrong. No, they should give an affidavit that they do not. I would ask Swiggy and Zomato, and especially all the delivery companies and all the cab companies, that they must give it in writing that they are not employing any Bangladeshi infiltrators, and they won't. There are many wokes running many of these companies. Let the wokes come and make a statement. Maybe they'll say this is going to be communal to make a statement like that. I have Ashish from Mumbai. Ashish, what do you think? Can we boycott the Bangladeshi infiltrators, start a move, put pressure on the government?
Yeah. Hi, Arnab sir. Can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear, yes.
Yeah. So, Arnab sir, this is very pertinent topic, and let me tell you, so I am in a place in Mumbai where at a stretch of 200 to 300 meters, right now there are more than 10 shops. Either these are of meat sellers or the fruit sellers as well as the vegetable sellers. They are from Bangladesh because when I pay through Paytm or GPay from any other app, the surname is visible. Now the problem is, sir, that there are people within Hindi community as well as in Muslim community who support them. Now, sir, the point you made was very pertinent that we should economically boycott. But the thing is, the people who are employing them, unfortunately, they do not see these kind of debates. Which
no, that's what I'm saying. There is no obligation on employers. We're getting away with it. And Indians have not become collectively nationalistic. This problem is also in our social framework. We must call out these people. And I think what I'm hearing is everybody knows there are Bangladeshis all around. But we don't see them as a threat. You see, Madhuvanti. We see them as okay, let them be. Hamara food delivery ho gaya, hamara cab chal gaya. Bangladeshis are also security guards.
Yes. That's the biggest threat to security in this country.
R. Srinivasan from Chennai. Mr. Srinivasan.
I need to make a point here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Srinivasan, yeah.
First of all, let me tell you, Arnab, I am one of the lakhs and lakhs of your nationalist collective member.
Thank you, sir.
And now, coming to the point, it is one thing which is not connected with this debate, I would like to share with you. In the social media, they have started abusing and started all sort of things with regard to Arnab, which is really shocking. And now coming to the point, I just need any of these Muslim guys, it is not Islamist or anything. They should condemn this act point blank. That's all.
They should, Zubair.
They don't do it.
To hear. Of course, we have condemned it, sir.
You didn't say it
Every
out loud.
one of us have
You didn't
condemned
say
it.
it out loud.
You didn't say it out loud. There wasn't much empathy.
You did not say it out loud.
पैनलिस्ट
Did
ने
you say it
पिछले
out
3 दिनों
loud?
में अर्नब के हर एक शो में इसको हम किया है मेरे
No, you
साथ
didn't say it
मुझे
out
एक भी
loud.
पैनलिस्ट ऐसा नहीं दिखा
आपको
जिसने
all
सपोर्ट किया
the
How much time?
panelists on this debate say it out loud that you
Say it
condemn
out
the
loud, yeah.
US government about the
Zor se
lynching
boliye.
of Hindus in Bangladesh.
No,
Do not
it-
laugh. Say it out loud. It's not a matter to
पिछले
laugh.
3 दिनों
Hindu
से
lives are not
एक
something
भी
to be laughed
पैनलिस्ट ने
about.
चाहे वो मुस्लिम हो या मुस्लिम नाम वाला
ये शायद
हो
नहीं
उसने
चाहिए
सपोर्ट
मुझे।
नहीं किया है
यूनिस गवर्नमेंट को कंडेम कीजिए। आप मोदी जी को इतने गाली देते हैं ना, यूनिस गवर्नमेंट को कंडेम कीजिए। आपकी
मैंने
हिम्मत
तो
है?
यहाँ तक अपील की है मैंने तो
ये
यहाँ
अपील
तक
नहीं
अपील की
चाहिए
है कि
मुझे,
बांग्लादेश के
condemn कीजिए।
साथ
हिम्मत है
हर एक टाइम
आपने?
मोदी गवर्नमेंट को बंद कर दें।
Okay, we have Prabhuraj from Ooty. No, that's not loud enough. That's not loud enough. Prabhuraj from Ooty, can we boycott infiltrators?
Definitely. Namaskar, Arnab.
Namaskar.
Not only boycott these infiltrators, yes, you are rightly suggested at the right time. They must not be given any employment in India.
Yeah.
The government must enact a law not to give employment by any institution, any factory at all. And also, the government should implement the CAA and NRC immediately. Let's see what may come.
Well, we need hard steps for sure, Mr. Prabhuraj. We need very hard steps. You see, the country is angry today. Angry. And as far as someone says people are attacking and abusing you on social media, let them. Makes no difference. As they say, water off a duck's back. We're doing the right thing. We're fighting for ecology, environment, nationalism, and for the rights of the Hindu community. There is nothing wrong in any of what we are saying. We'll stick by our course. I thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other hand, we got a very big, explosive interview with Himanta Biswa Sarma done by Shravan Sen. And some of the things that Himanta says will really make you take notice. We need to strengthen the chicken's neck area. We need to militarize it. We'll play the interview, then we talk in a few minutes. I'm back.
In another world, an element is born. Introducing the Phantom Black Edition by Grand Vitara. Nexa.
Whether when we asked you about your extradition,
I'm not going to answer any of your questions, all right? Please stop bothering.
Will you look at me at least?
Thank you very much, sir. Of course.
Mr. Malia, we just asked you simple questions.
Please, you're polite to ask.
Mr. Malia, I'm polite as well.
I'm sorry, you are terribly impolite.
Mr. Malia, all we're asking right now is questions which you're not comfortable with answering. So probably that's what's bothering you. Because all I'm asking is, yes. Mr. Malia, barrack number 12, jail conditions are ready according to Team India. Is that not fine according to the jail conditions? That's one of the main defense witnesses' statements.
That's impolite.
Mr. Malia, is this are the questions bothering you?
You certainly are.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? Just answer one question, sir.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
In Bangladesh, what we're essentially seeing is that the radicals have been given a complete free run. As the Chief Minister, I want to ask you the national security ramifications.
We have all along discussed the chicken neck, but have we ever discussed who are the people in the chicken neck? Everybody who is there in the chicken neck, everybody have come from Bangladesh. Tomorrow, if government of Bangladesh says that let me take over the chicken neck, now the local people will say please come, because they themselves have come from Bangladesh.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are some facts which have come out as a result of a detailed interview with Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Assam Chief Minister, which are alarming. On infiltration, he says that in a state where natives have become a minority or in the process of becoming a minority, it raises a high alarm. He's saying Assamese-speaking people, Assamese people will be a minority in Assam. He says populations from other countries come to Assam, and in the process, Assamese people are pushed to a wall. He says once you have 40%, he's talking about 40% Bangladeshi Muslim population, the politics, economy, political and economic power will start shifting. He says they, that is the Bangladeshi Muslims, will then win elections in Assam. And gradually, according to Himanta Biswa Sarma, the composition in legislation, government services, police, other areas, distribution of wealth, everything will change, ladies and gentlemen. Everything will change. But the most alarming thing he's spoken about is the chicken's neck. What is the chicken's neck? 22 kilometers, which has a Siliguri corridor called the chicken's neck. It's in a real danger. No one talks about it, about who is there on the chicken's neck. According to Himanta Biswa Sarma, he says on the Indian side, everybody in the chicken's neck area has come from Bangladesh. He says that according to him, tomorrow, if the government of Bangladesh says, let me take over the chicken's neck, the local people who have come in from Bangladesh will say, please come. And he says their loyalty will be on which side, nobody knows. Now, Himanta Biswa Sarma is right. He's citing official census numbers. The Muslim population in Assam, 2011 is 34%, trending towards 40% by 2025, based on historical growth rates. The narrow, and that's why I'm coming to the main point, don't think this is Assam's problem. Don't think. It's a threat to the country. The narrow Siliguri corridor, often referred to as the chicken's neck, is a narrow stretch of land in Bengal, West Bengal, that connects India's mainland to its northeastern states, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura and Meghalaya, collectively known as the Seven Sisters. Infiltration here can sever the line connecting the northeast to the rest of India, threatening strategic access. This land bridge, literally, is just about 22 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. It's very narrow width. makes any infiltration or hostile settlement along the corridor disproportionately impactful, potentially blocking supply chains and even military troop deployment. We have to be very careful. This is therefore a strategic choke point. Any disruption in this corridor, be it from military conflict or internal unrest, will disconnect India's northeastern states from the rest of the country. If residents there have cultural and familial ties more with Bangladesh or loyalties with any other country other than India, or any ideology other than nationalism, it will make loyalty unpredictable in extreme scenarios. This sensitive patch is Bangladesh to the southwest, Nepal to the northwest, Bhutan to the north. If hostile elements settle here, a single obstruction can halt logistics, delay reinforcements, and paralyze the region. This is where the infamous region, this is a very dangerous area. This is also a sensitive area, ladies and gentlemen. Doklam is here. If infiltrators continue here, supplies to the northeast can be blocked, troops can be cut off, and communication lines can be severed. This is where the Chinese threat of attack is perennial. If infiltration coincides with external aggression, India's strategic position can be targeted. The northeast can be isolated. Ladies and gentlemen, this area has proximity to China's Chumbi Valley, a tri-junction of India, Bangladesh, and China. Therefore, the demographics in the chicken's neck, we need to protect. The Siliguri corridor remains the most vulnerable and strategically prized target for anti-India forces. Yunus went to China last year and spoke about our Siliguri corridor, the chicken's neck. He said, and I quote, "The 7 states of India, the eastern part of India, are called the Seven Sisters. They are landlocked region of India. They have no way to reach out to the ocean." This is his intent. Therefore, watch what Himanta is saying very carefully. Sarjil Imam, we remember what he said, the anti-national Sarjil Imam, now in jail, thankfully. He should stay there for the rest of his life. He says 5 lakh people can permanently cut off India and the northeast, put so much debris on the tracks that it takes a month to remove it. It is our job to cut off Assam from India, to separate it. We can stop supplies because the chicken's neck belongs to the Muslims. The chicken's neck, according to him, has a Muslim majority. Ladies and gentlemen, he said, stop the supplies. Chicken's neck belongs to the Muslims. And when I highlight this, I want all the wokes, all the pseudo-liberals to wake up and see what's happening. Think of your country. This is not a right-wing, left-wing issue. In fact, I want the government to do more. Ladies and gentlemen, there is an AIMIM MLA, Tausif Alam, in the region who says, we are not in favor of an army camp. We will not allow any construction of any army camp. Who is he? Who is Asaduddin Owaisi to talk like that? Now, on top of this, there is infiltration there, which is unchecked. Troops can be cut off, communication lines can be severed, external adversaries look for vulnerabilities. Tonight, I want to say this to everyone. This is the future of Assam. This is the future of the entire Northeast. This is the future of the country, which is hinging on what happens in this narrow strip of land. And therefore, I call for the heavy militarization of the Siliguri corridor. The heaviest possible militarization of the Siliguri corridor. I said take that entire area, turn it to an effective cantonment. Strengthen it to a point, and if necessary, change the demography of the region so that it remains no longer vulnerable. Create zones out there which can allow us to move our military within seconds. Arm it to an extent that nobody can look our way. Ladies and gentlemen, as concerned Indian citizens, we call upon a national movement to save the chicken's neck. We can look away no longer. Elections can wait. National interest cannot. Let's debate.
eastern part of India, called Seven Sisters. They are landlocked country, landlocked region of India. They have no way to reach out to the ocean. We are the only guardian of the ocean for all this region.
There is a strategic reason behind targeting India's chicken's neck. Wedged between Bangladesh to the south and west and China to the north, the corridor is the only bridge between the northeastern states and the rest of the country. The threat from China and Bangladesh is real. Barely 135 kilometers from the Siliguri corridor, Bangladesh is reviving an old World War II airbase at Lalmonirhat, reportedly with Chinese help. The geographical curse could turn out to be an asset for our enemies if it isn't fortified soon. The threat has now been highlighted by Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma.
We have all along discussed the chicken neck.
Yes.
But have we ever discussed who are the people in the chicken neck? Everybody say chicken neck, 22 kilometer, 22 kilometer. But everybody who is there in the chicken neck and in the 10 kilometer vicinities of chicken neck in the Indian side, everybody have come from Bangladesh. So tomorrow, if government of Bangladesh says that let me take over the chicken neck, now the local people will say please come, because they themselves have come from Bangladesh.
The Indian Army has reinforced its eastern frontier by establishing 3 new garrisons. Lachit Borphukan Military Station, Assam, Forward Base at Kishanganj, Bihar, Forward Base at Chapra, West Bengal. But the Chief Minister says this won't help.
We have given a land to army to set up a garrison, set up a unit in Dhubri. So fine. But who are the neighbor of that garrison? 50 kilometers, that garrison is surrounded by the people who have come from Bangladesh at some point of time. Because debate is which year they came. If they come post 71, you can say them as a foreigners. If they come prior to 71, they are Indian. But I become Indian by law. I acquire citizens of Indian. But my spirit will be with Sharia, my spirit will be with Bangladesh, or my spirit will be with the Constitution of India. That loyalty will be which way it will go. Nobody can predict.
Let's be clear, with changing dynamics in Bangladesh, chicken's neck has become extremely vulnerable, and it's time for radical measures to protect our land.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll play the entire interview over the weekend. Now, the alarming point there is, welcome Tuhin, spokesperson of the BJP, General G.D. Bakshi, Deepak Vora, we know Sushil Pandit, all strong nationalist voices. We have Advocate Umair Junaidi, political analyst, Abbas Haider of the Samajwadi Party, Pulla Rao, political analyst pro DMK, and Nikhil Jain from Delhi. Now, the thing is that what Himanta Biswa Sarma has said is that the chicken's neck area is dominated by people who are from Bangladesh. And he's saying doesn't matter whether they came before 71 or after 71, or even more recently, they are infiltrators, but their loyalty is to Bangladesh. He said in an extreme situation, these people will not stand by India. So the only option for us, therefore, is one, to remove the infiltrators, and B, to change the demography of the region. This is my thought. We need to do something very quickly here, obviously. What are the other options? General Bakshi, can I have your thoughts, please, on this? Is a real big concern we are facing today as a country.
You know, absolutely. You know, Arnab, when I was serving, and I was in the Military Operations Directorate 1999-2000, then we got reports, intelligence inputs, that the ISI was trying to settle Afghans along the rail line in the Siliguri corridor. I'm talking of the year 2000, 25 years from today. we had these intelligence inputs. And what the Chief Minister of Assam has just said only seems to corroborate that, the attempt to create an internal threat in a very sensitive strip of territory by inverting the demographics. The point at issue is, Arnab, I think we'll have to think beyond purely defensive measures. Not only do we have a chicken's neck, Bangladesh has two chickens' neck. One is the Rangpur's chicken neck, and if you take that area, it will take us about maximum 10 to 12 hours to capture this whole bulge and base it on defensible lines of the Brahmaputra and the Padma, so that it forms an L like that.
Bottom grid.
And you can rest your defenses on that so that there is no question of anybody trying to do a surprise attack from there. The second chicken's neck that Bangladesh has is in the Chittagong area across the Feni River, right? I don't think we should be thinking defensively of how do we increase troop density in the corridor, how do we sanitize the population in the corridor. We just we take out that thumb that sticks out towards India. That Rangpur thumb, that hilly line, that has to be cut off. And if Bangladesh doesn't behave with its Hindu population and drives them out into India, like it had done in 1971, the Pakistanis had done, then we can resettle them all in this area. We can create an inversion of demography here. In the Chattogram belt, in the Chittagong hill tracts, the population is already Buddhist and Hindu. So I think it's about time to cut off these two wings and let the whole of Bangladesh into
You are talking about taking an aggressive position.
Keep dancing up and down.
No, you're talking about taking an aggressive position, but the point is, and I think we could have used many more parts of Himanto's interview. I think we still can, if our desk is active. I'd like to pull it out. Obviously, when a chief minister says, which means we are in a very, very precarious situation, Deepak Vora. Something has gone terribly wrong. And there is a great amount of vulnerability. Now, with Chinese help, Bangladesh is building a base there. The demography, according to Himanto, and he's gone public, is not loyal to India. And it's 22 kilometers at its narrowest point. And the population in Western Assam has been taken over by Bangladeshis, 70-75%. So it's a whole region which is extremely vulnerable. We're looking at a certain national security crisis situation here. Certain. Deepak Vora, how do you view this? Have we been too complacent about it?
Thank you very much, sir. Always a pleasure to be with you. I just heard General Bakshi, and then we'll be hearing all the others. I was in the corridor not too long ago, and as we are speaking today, sir, I'm somewhere very close to the Bangladesh border with West Bengal. This is what you refer to, and we call demographic aggression. Not able to do anything else, send in people who can go on producing children. Now, sir, what I have understood from my years in the Foreign Service, 52 years, the defense of this area lies in an offense somewhere else. And that offense we can very easily do. Bangladesh does not have the wherewithal to challenge us. In fact, when he talks of the Seven Sisters being severed, etc., we are the guardians of the sea, the man is a buffoon. Does he know that the Seven Sisters are rabidly Islamic? The idiot doesn't know that they are Christians and that he's having problems on his Myanmar border, one of the other countries that he has a borders. He is having problems with the Arakan army. The man is demented when he talks like this. So, sir, my own feeling, having seen what the Israelis are doing, they have told us that they are also facing demographic aggression, and they will deal with it by kicking out these people. What they are saying is find a country that will take the Palestinians of Gaza. I think we just have to push these guys back. 85% of the border is fenced. The other 15% should be done. as quickly as possible. Sir, let me just tell you, it's a concern for us, but I would not panic, sir. The Chief Minister is right to point it out, but we are strong enough to deal with this, sir.
Well, I hope we are. I think sometimes we take things for granted. And military deterrence erodes instantly. India's ability to reinforce Arunachal Pradesh, for example, or respond to a northern crisis depends on uninterrupted access through Siliguri. We need uninterrupted and uninterruptible access through Siliguri. The Chief Minister says the proposed and new cantonments is covered 50 kilometers perimeter by a hostile population. And the thing is that Himanto's spoken his mind. But we seem to be still too busy wanting to have some say in Bangladesh. I think, you see, demographic leverage can replace Pularao, replace military force. There is a danger. What if these people are working to a plan? What if these people have changed the population dynamics of Western Assam with a plan? Change the demographics of the chicken's neck to a plan? Increasing the Jamaat-e-Islami Sharia influence in Bangladesh, the hardline influence in Bangladesh to a plan? Carried out the killings of Hadi and others to polarize the local situation faster and harder to a plan? Work with BNP, Khalida Zia was never our friend, and the Jamaat-e-Islami to create a new terroristan in Bangladesh to a plan, right? And there is Mamta Banerjee who says, we have to get Bangladeshis to vote for Trinamool Congress. You see, we have not understood, Pularao, what we are sitting on. We're sitting on a possible national security situation.
Oh, it is only a challenge. So I heard the learned general and the learned ambassador. I heard the learned general and the learned ambassador. I was hoping both of them would touch one subject. Chittagong was given to India in 1947. Cyril Radcliffe suddenly changed it. The people of Chittagong celebrated August 15th, 1947 as if they were in India. Suddenly next morning they woke up and told, you're in Pakistan. Pakistan soldiers came there. Why has Mr. Himant Biswa Sarma gone back to history? What is he talking? You're talking about demography. You're talking about force. More than all of this is the brain power which has to work. Did not India find a way from Chabahar to Afghanistan? Break the landlocked situation, centuries-old situation of Afghanistan? Why can't my humble submission, where the British left Africa, as all those gentlemen there know, they just divided the country into squares. That's why Rwanda and Congo, all these countries are fighting each other. There is a doctrine now going on in the world courts that colonial division need not
what
be
Himanto
accepted.
is saying, you're going off track and giving me a lesson.
So I heard what Himanto
I want Tuhin to come in. No, what he's simply saying is that, when you are fighting a war, suppose a war is thrust on you, you need the local population to be neutral or with you. You're not understanding. No. You are not understanding. He's saying that I'm not comfortable about who's on the Indian side. He's an experienced politician. He's an experienced politician.
If a war starts, the distance from Mizoram to the sea is 40 kilometers. And Burma, why hasn't the government of India asked for a 99-year lease route 40 kilometers? Why haven't they done anything proactive?
Well, he's talked about a flashpoint. 1 minute. He's talking about a potential future flashpoint. And we need to look at the risks of that. Honestly, not pretend nothing will happen. Yes, Tuhin.
Well, good evening, Arnab. Good evening, everybody. It's a very important subject that you have raised. While we are fully cognizant of the geographical vulnerability of the Chicken Neck corridor, let me state this with responsibility on your show that any nation which dreams of altering the Chicken Neck corridor will be doing it at grave risk, will be delusional in doing so. The last time Muhammad Yunus said this, we responded with punitive action. A transshipment facility which was opened for Bangladesh through our ports was withdrawn, which is costing Bangladesh 65,000 crores annually. If they continue to, not mend their ways, more punitive action will follow. The last time he said that, Himanta Biswa Sharma ji had outlined 3 chicken necks in Bangladesh. More importantly, I don't know why Muhammad Yunus, does not seem to understand that, the absence of, it's no longer a landlocked, it's land completely with no access to sea. And Pullaro himself does not understand it. Sitwe Port in Myanmar has been functional for the last couple of years. So a lot of cargo, a lot of goods which used to flow through the chicken neck have been going through the Sitwe port and then to Mizoram. So this is something happening. But anyway, coming back to the chicken neck corridor, when you say that the demography of that region has been distorted, Arnab, you belonging to Assam know that this has been going on from 1949. There is a letter from Gopinath Bordoloi in May 1949 telling Nehru that if this illegal migration is not stopped, there will be grave consequences. In fact, the only time when we started talking about it seriously was from 2015 onwards, and more so after Himanta Biswa Sharma took over as CM. So let me once again assure you, we are completely cognizant of the vulnerability of the region, and we are doing everything to fortify it. Anybody who's dreaming or fantasizing that the chicken neck can be taken away from India will run the risk of not seeing his own country.
I would like Abbas to also come in. And on top of that, Abbas, the fact is that what happens when, because of Bangladeshi infiltrator, in that interview also, Himanta says, see, I can push back the situation by 5 or 6 years, but we can't change it. It is so sad that there is a sense of inevitability there. I want Abbas and then Sushil to come in when he says that, you see, the Bangladeshi Muslims will take over Assam. And because of the inorganic entry of Bangladeshi Muslims, Assam, the land of Kamakha, is going to become, and I'm saying it with the sense of certainty, it will become a Muslim majority state. Now, consider the situation. We can all sit in our Lutyens' echo chambers and say, kuch nahi hoga. When and not if, Sushil. No, 1 minute. When and not if. 1 minute. We get everyone. When and not if Assam becomes a Muslim majority state. Chicken's neck is populated largely by people, according to Himanta, having their loyalties to Bangladesh.
That's absolutely
right. 1 minute. And when the demographic uncertainty at that point of time will compromise us all. You want to sit today, you want to sit in Greater Kailash, Delhi, and assume that nothing will change. This is what I'm saying.
Why does he have to say things in a television interview, Arnab, instead of actually seeking audience with the Prime Minister? Because so far as I'm concerned, he's raised an important strategic issue. And
of course he has. Why is it making you uncomfortable?
No, not at all. I feel this is an important issue and the government of India needs to think about it. So I actually, before the debate, I called up a friend of mine who's posted in the same region. He's in the army and he was actually fuming about it. He was like, these politicians have nothing doing. They are going to sit here till this 22-kilometer point becomes 12-kilometer point, and only then will they act. Because right now, in this region, we have the ITBP, we have the BSF, we have the Indian Army, and we have the CRPF. Two of these organizations are with the Home Ministry, 2 are with the Defense Ministry, and there is no plan for a singular command. There is so much strategic vulnerabilities, and Himanta is raising those points. Kudos to him for that. But the problem is that he, layers
I'm putting it here, viewers. Viewers, I repeat it again. 1 minute. Just let me explain to the people of the country, Gen Z and everyone. Viewers, a large part of our country, show the map, please. A large part of the country, the map, I said, production team, is connected to the rest of the country by a distance that is smaller than the expressway connecting Noida and Greater Noida. It is as much as that. It is less than the distance between Chennai and Mamallapuram. Maybe half the distance or one-third the distance between Chennai and Mamallapuram. Can I be more precise than that? We are not realizing, Tuhin, how serious this is. There must be a national movement for it. And some politician is saying, I won't allow the army to come in. That means that's also to a plan. I didn't hear you, BJP, take on Owaisi when he said that. Why?
No, I'm sure the state leaders must have done that.
Why state center national issue?
No, there are too many things, I was not aware of the statement of AIMIM till I got a call from your, because we follow the statement of important leaders. Some AIMIM, MLA, we don't count them, AIMIM is a fringe. We don't take them as serious players. But anyway, point is over here,
they've got more seats than the Congress in parts of Bihar.
Let me state this with responsibility that chicken neck corridor, if Congress says 22 can become 12, this is not the Congress era. 22 can become 23, it will not become 12. Arnab, the entire development of Northeast, that apart from the economic angle that it also has a security angle. If 8 airports have gone up to 17 in the last 11 years, there are also so many new army bases. There are so many new helipads for army, for the armed forces, which we are not even aware of because, those have been done with a lot of discretion, keeping in mind the security aspects of the Northeast. So this is not the Congress era when, 38,000 square kilometers of land would go to China when 22 kilometers can become 12. 22 can become 23. It will not become 12. Having said that, I'm acknowledging, there is a geographical vulnerability attached to that region, which we are fortifying. In fact, kudos to Himanta Biswa Sharma, who's the first chief minister of Assam after Gopinath Bordolai way back in 1949 to be so candid on this issue, to be so futuristic on this issue. In fact, as you are aware,
is this a problem or is it not? Hemant says it's not, you say it is. I'm sorry, Hemant says it is, you say it's not.
As you are aware,
decide whether it's a problem or not.
As you are aware, the demographic takeover of Assam has been allayed by at least 20 years.
And what is the Home Minister doing?
That by at least 20 years.
Every state after state, you say the demography is changing and it's full of Bangladeshis and Myanmaris. What are you doing?
Nikhil, let him know. Let Abbas come in after that. Abbas.
What is Mr. Jain talking? Assam itself is a classic example where the demographic takeover has been allayed by at least 2 decades. He doesn't even realize that the entire delimitation exercise has a certain astuteness to it. Which obviously, if he's not able to understand, I'm not going to explain it to him. But the entire demographic takeover of Assam has been allayed by at least 2 decades, and it will be further allayed to the next 5 decades. We are doing everything to protect every inch of India. This is not the Congress era. So please be reassured that.
But the modern security doctrine,
notwithstanding,
the modern security doctrine. One minute. The modern security doctrine and Tuhin. See, also I need to tell you something. One must never be so convinced in government that we are infallible, we are unquestionable, we are near perfect.